Hi you guys, it's Wendy coming to you with a thrift store haul. This has actually been out in my garage and I'm now just having the time to go through and enjoy what it was that I thought was awesome at the time that I purchased it. Let me get a few things here. As usual, I go to the Christian thrift store, which and Goodwill, and typically these are either 50% off of the tag, or if it's Goodwill, it's of course the price that it is. But I found these envelopes, and they're the type that you're supposed to use for business correspondence, or I suppose sending your resumes. They're watermarked and they're 25% cotton, and these were 99 cents, so I thought those were nice. Likewise, these ones were originally $12.49 at Staples, and again, they're ivory resume envelopes, 24-pound watermarked ivory paper, and these were also 99 cents. And you can see that, pretty sure that maybe the person used one, so that's crazy. Let's see what else. I found this cloth, and it looks like cheesecloth to me. It says it's duster cloth, but again, that was 99 cents. I have a book, actually for reading as opposed to deconstructing and using for my art. This is Reading Seattle, the City in Prose, and it's a collection of stories that make use of Seattle as their landscape. And I believe there are lots of people that have connections to Seattle as far as the authors. You can see some of the authors there. So I'm excited to read that. I got a composition book, which was 49 cents. And I try to pick these up whenever I see them in thrift stores. These are good for junk journals. I like the page to use them as pages where people can write. And this was 49 cents. I got some clothespins because I've been seeing people make magnets and other cute things out of them. These were $1.09. This is from the Christian thrift store, and it was originally $2.99, and then it was half off, so $1.50. This is from Cheryl Strayed, who wrote the book Wild. You guys might have seen the movie as well. And it's got just portions, little pieces that are kind of like advice. So I thought that would be fun to include in journals. I got this from Just Walter is local to the area, and I haven't read this particular book, so I picked it up at $1.99, so it was 99 cents. I got this art calendar, which would have been about 50 cents, and you can see it's got a really interesting texture. It's like a canvasy kind of paper. So I thought that would be nice to include in journals. And this set of stationery, which has pink envelopes and has this really pretty decal-edged embossed paper. And behind that you can also see the pink paper and such. So it's almost a full set. And having come originally from Hallmark, I can only imagine what it cost originally. It doesn't say. Part of my process, and I'm extremely late on this, is that I have an art friend who is getting ready to have a baby, and I was going to put together a junk journal in relation to motherhood and such. And so haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll have it done by the time that her child is 1. I'm terrible. I kind of overcommit to things and swaps and things, and then don't have enough time for everything. These are foam sheets, and they've got patterns on them. You can see the polka dot and stripes and triangles and such. And don't know how much these were, but anyway, I'm going to use them on my jelly pad. What do you call it? Jelly plate. This book was 89 cents, so it would have been 45 cents. And I keep thinking I'm going to make a junk journal that is coffee related. Plus I have a swap going where we have to have food related items. So you can see it's got some kind of fun illustrations. I found this little recipe easel cookbook, Moosewood Restaurant. Moosewood Restaurant cookbook is one of my favorites. I've had probably since I was 20 years old, an old copy of the Moosewood cookbook, and it's well loved and has got food stains and earmarked pages and notations in it. And this is newer recipes, and then of course the cool thing is that you can stand it up. So that's kind of a cool premise for a cookbook. I got this journal, which has got pumpkins at the bottom, and again that was meant for fall type junk journals, and I already sent out a Halloween one, but I do have a journal or a mini book due here next week, so I'll probably use that soon. Here's the other art calendar from 2016. It would have been 35 cents. And again, it's on that awesome kind of canvasy paper. And so there's some pretty illustrations in there. Every time I flip through my materials, I start to want to do Christmas junk journals, and I've just got too many things that I'm working on, and so can't get to that yet, but that will be fun. Back in the day, I was going to do a junk journal for Peggy Strong, who was having a challenge. She and her husband were kind of in the horse game back in the day, and like horse racing. And so I was picking up things as I found them that I thought would make for good materials for that. And so I still owe her that, and I didn't get in on the challenge. But hopefully I'll get something to her just as a, hey, thinking about you kind of gift. So that will come in handy. I found this book. I actually already have this in my collection, and I plan on passing this to somebody. This sounds all like, ooh-ah, you know, poetry of sexual love, but it's just really about intimacy and just kind of beautiful poems in relation to that. And so I'm going to pass this on to a friend, and hopefully she'll enjoy that. I found a couple of shirts. I like to sleep in tank tops, so I found this really pretty gray and yellow tank top. It's got the little frilly edge. I don't know if it's meant actually to be worn out of the house with the frilly little edge, but certainly it will become a night shirt for me. And I also picked up this purple shirt, and it's got, I like to find these ones that have little tucks or something that kind of delineates the girls. I think that that makes my figure look better. I don't have the greatest figure, but I think that helps. And then I got a white t-shirt, which was, you know, don't need to really show you. Essentially, it's just a just my size by Hanes, and just a plain white t-shirt, and that was originally $2.99, so it would have been $1.50. Occasionally I happen upon fabric that I think is kind of cool, and I liked this denim fabric. I like both sides, essentially. This is the right, you know, the side that you would have outward, and then the inside I think is just as cool, and I like this selvage type end. So I thought that was fun. got a bunch of envelopes. This was a huge bag full of envelopes of all different colors. It was $2.99, and so of course at that store it then becomes $1.50. It's gonna be kind of a long video. Sorry, you guys. How to draw and paint flowers. I like to pick these up. I think they're really pretty. Got 2 of those. These were $1.09. It's a different thrift store. Found these old-fashioned vignettes in full color. Basically little clip art. So those would be cool for pocket letters or ornaments, maybe. So that's kind of cool. 200 decorative title pages. So they've collected these awesome title pages. Alphabets and numbers tracing masters. I like to find these kids related things. Anything that's kind of school related. Little readers, little composition books. It's got little animals and things in it. The numbers. So that was a cool find. Again, $1. I found these filler papers that are decorative. So they're 8.5 by 11, of course, and then I've got these pretty little patterns on them. On this letterhead, huge amount of it, 100 count, probably pretty close to that in there, and you can see this really pretty silver, kind of almost a fleur-de-lis type shape up there in the black classy lining. So that will be fun to use. Another thing I get when I go to thrift stores, when I find it, are these labels. Any labels whatsoever I buy. And essentially I use it so that when I do mixed media, when I'm working with my jelly plate, when when I'm doing any sort of art technique that I think would look cool on a label, I'm gonna buy these, and then I use them to put on my packages. I use them in junk journals. It's just nice to have around, and these in this case were 99 cents. I got some pink tissue paper. I got this giant Washington book, which was $1.99, and so of course it was $1. And so yeah, it's just got some really pretty Washington based images. Got some napkins. There's another napkin. I found these really pretty cards that are hummingbirds, and they come with pink envelopes, so I purchased those. Some ribbons. So I have this little black lace, a little silver thread, and one that has gold and silver in it. I found these little flowers. They're 99 cents. Some people make these with hot glue, I know, and have molds, and I'm not that into things. So I got these Hold It label holders. These were 59 cents, and I snagged a whole bunch of them. You can see I saw that Jessica, gosh, I just had a total brain lapse and cannot, I'm a Cool Mom. Her channel, she uses these as pockets in her books, so I found those. Here we have some confetti that obviously I didn't use in time. Halloween is over. Some, oh, well, there were doilies in here. I must have used them. Oh, here they are. Some gold doilies. This interesting latch hook canvas. Some magnet tape. You guys know I'm doing a magnet challenge, and so these were 99 cents, and I'm hoping to use those on those clothespins. We have this cute little Mary Englebright, and of course I'm using this just strictly for the paper for junk journals. So, a couple of other things here, you guys. I have some playing cards. I have some of these little guys. I have this little notepad, again for junk journaling. Some envelopes that have a black flap. Those were 99 cents. Almost done. This little heart, which was 99 cents. These little butterflies that came from the Dollar Tree. We have party favors that are, what do you call them? Spirograph. Also, when I go to the thrift store, I look for things like this. These are in the kitchen area. I look for anything that would make a cool pattern when I'm working with my jelly plate. And so obviously, you know, I would get circles in this case, or I could turn it around and press on this side on the jelly plate, and I'd have kind of thicker circles. So I always pick up things like that. Likewise for the jelly plate, when I find potato mashers with interesting designs. Just your standard kitchen potato masher, and I'm going to use it for jelly plate. I have a collection of potato mashers, and they all have different designs. So anyway, lots of things in your kitchen that you can use to craft with, and that's one. And I think I'm at the end of my, oh, one last, I found this necklace, which is not for junk journaling, not for any crafting. I'm just going to wear it. And it was $2. So anyway, thank you guys. Sorry that video was super long. It's been a hot minute since I've actually even looked at this stuff that I bought. And so just wanted to get it put away and show you guys before I did so. So anyway, hopefully you're having a good day. I'm spending my afternoon probably raking leaves, doing laundry, and working on a junk journal. So I will check in with you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.